Welcome back to Inspirational Sunday with Inspire Light. Today I have this beautiful lady, Tenji, joining me. I'll get her to introduce herself shortly, but today we are going to be talking about Tenji's journey and her business. I hope you will enjoy this session. So let's get on with it. Welcome, Tenji.
Thank you so much for having me. So like you heard, my name is Tenji Pamela Ndogu, now known as Mrs. Majawala. Yeah, that's my name.
It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us about your business. First of all, tell us what the name of your business is.
Okay, right. So I have a small business called Kanya in African Print. It's a business that was birthed through family liking fashion, I myself liking fashion, African print fashion. So Kanya means shine, it means glow. And it's Zulu or Ndebele, it actually means Kanya, as in show, glow. So yeah, that's the name of the business. And how it came about is as a family, we like wearing African prints to occasions, parties, even the workplace. So colleagues, friends, people would ask where we got that from, where I got my fashion sense from, and I'll offer people and be like, oh, okay, I'll get you this as a gift. But later on, I was like, maybe I could actually turn this into a business. So that's how it actually started.
Wow, I love that. I was actually going to ask you, how did you get started? So I love how you started with family, with friends, and it started off as actually just you living your life.
Yes.
You presented yourself to the world through your fabric, your fashion sense, and you represented the business before it even began.
Exactly. Just by being me. I think it's more like the business chose me because I hadn't thought of it along those terms, all honestly. For me, I was just enjoying what I enjoy. And then, yeah, later on, I thought I could make it something that works for me. You could always turn your passion, your hobbies into something lucrative. It shouldn't always be something that you just do for fun. But the trick to turning a hobby into business is it's something you'll always look forward to do. Like even now when I see people wearing my prints or designs, I get so fascinated. I actually get so amused. I can't wait to see someone wearing what I came up with or a choice of material that I chose, and I'm like, okay, this is all not to brag or anything, but yeah, this is all my brains. I thought of this, I saw this, and it's come to light. Kanya.
And you say, I love what you say about turning your hobby into your business. And I've heard people say before that you should turn your passion into your business, and how you will never work a day in your life. Does it feel like working to you?
Well, I think it's got its days. To be honest, I think that aspect of saying you'll never work a day in your life, it's more like it'll never be hard labor. I mean, if you want something to work, something to be fruitful, you have to put in the work.
Absolutely.
But now this is like personal energy. It's not something you dread. I mean, I stay up looking at designs, looking at other people's work, and it doesn't seem like a chore. But the moment I'm doing something I have to be doing at the same time of the night, it's dreadful. So I think that's what it means. Like you won't have to work hectically, but it's work that you actually enjoy. It's work that you actually like doing.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you there. So tell us about some challenges you faced when you got started.
Ooh, oh my gosh, quite a bit. I think challenges will always be there, first and foremost, but they're not there to derail us. Challenges actually test you if you're actually passionate and if you actually like your hobby or your passion. So my challenges at first were competition. You are always going to have competition, and also I think negativity. external negativity is also a challenge, because you find people can be like, oh, so many people are doing this, so many people are doing that, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It will always be you. There'll always be, okay, there's a lot of changes, but there'll always be this change. I'm the only change. You know, no one can come up with the exact same thing. You know, and when you enter a field that's common, like fashion, it's not that easy. But if it's something you like, you find that it's actually not that much of a challenge, because you're doing something you like to do. You know, so you will make your designs, you will brainstorm, be it something you've seen before that you are reimagining, or it's a new idea. And other challenges, because I birthed the business idea in Zimbabwe, in Africa, and then I moved to South Africa, I moved to UAE. So the challenge is getting over the red tape on how to run a business, how to register, to find clientele, to find a market, whether it's a worthy niche in that country you're in. But so far with UAE, it's been quite lucrative, because it's something very unique. And also what I noticed is, in as much as people can say, oh, this is common, it's like, but even back home, I get orders from people who are back home or from other African countries, and you think, but I think you have the similar stuff. But like I said, it's from you. Once you've branded something, once from someone else, it changes.
Yeah.
So that's been the challenges I faced.
I really like that, because I also believe that your business is you at the end of the day. It's what you portray to the world. It's what people see, what people hear, what people experience when they come into contact with you and come into contact with your business. And what is communicated in that is you. It's what's deeply ingrained inside of you, and it's your creativity, it's your uniqueness, you know. And so it's business is not business without you. Your business is not your business without you. We talk about competition, and the only thing that will sustain you in business is if it's birthed from your personality and your character and your passions and your desires.
It's true.
And I think there is a lot of competition out there, regardless of what business you do. But if it's not birthed from that passion, it probably will die down very quickly.
Yeah, it's very true. For example, there's lots of brands of milk. There's lots of brands of bread. There's lots of brands of types of meats. There's a lot of brands of clothes. But once you know what you like, what you want, there'll always be a niche for you. And also, you should be proud of the service that you provide. That's also what draws people. You know, like I said before, it's when people see what you are wearing, how you carry yourself, and then they now want the same thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when you first started the business, what were you picturing at the end of the journey? So you were at the beginning of the journey. What were you picturing at the end of the journey?
Well, I think I'm still imagining and thinking of the end of the journey, because we're still on it. But for me, what I'm picturing is to see my designs on a runway, on a show, and it's so possible, because also with social media marketing and with amazing clients, your stuff is spreading. And I've been approached by some markets like the Afro Latina Fest to come and showcase your stuff, and some photographers have also reached out so that they can use some of my stuff on their pages, which is so inspiring and so amazing.
Yes.
And we've also had a magazine feature.
Yes, please tell us about
Of
that
all
one.
places, oh my gosh, in Dubai. It's called Travel Essence magazine. It's about travel. It's about style. So yeah, that's been amazing.
Wonderful. That's so exciting. You know, and I think that's the thing, it's recognizing that it's a journey. You start somewhere to get to somewhere. So when you start with a dream. you start with an end goal or an end, an end picture of where you want to get to.
And that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you going. And to just add on to that, so like I said, on a runway somewhere, like Dubai, African Dubai Fashion Week, that sort of thing.
Wow.
That's I would love to one day do that, and then obviously afterwards get more clients, continue. Also, I've enjoyed working with couples, like where I'm from. Now there's this thing for Lobola and Gora where couples wear matching outfits. So we've had the privilege to work with some couples, and I feel it's amazing because people chose us for their big day.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Again, it shows that the work is speaking for itself.
Yes, absolutely. I, for one, have a few pieces from Tenji, and I have to say I love them. You do some stunning work, and you can see your touch in it. Like you say, there's a lot of people out there doing African print, but you go to a specific designer for the experience as well. There's something about them that draws you to them, and hence why I feel, just in support of what we've been saying all along, that there's enough business out there for everybody, and competition often makes us waver, or rather freeze, from actually taking that step to starting something new, to starting a business, or venturing into something new in your life, because we're so intimidated by that.
True.
That we actually don't even venture into doing something where you can actually bring it out to the world in your own unique way.
Yes, true.
Yeah. So now you have this end picture of where you want to get to. How are you going to ensure that you don't waver from that, with all the challenges you will face along the way?
Well, attack the challenges one by one and keep going, because once you stop, there will be challenges like relocation, moving from country, but I feel like there's a blessing in every drawback. So every time you find maybe you need to move for family, each reason or the other, that's another place for you to plant your seed and grow.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. Until I get there, I'll keep doing my work. And for me, I don't think I'll ever stop, because the brand is me. I wear it. I am the brand. So for me to get there, how to get over the challenges is to attack them one by one. I feel if you want to get over something, you need to want to. You need to be ready and find ways to get over those challenges. If it's about registration, find ways about registering. If it's about finding the legalities of operating in a certain place, find out. If it's about, okay, which markets you want to penetrate in a certain city or country, find out. Do your homework. That's the work part of it.
Yes.
Going back to what we're talking about, that's the work part, but it's worth it because you still want to grow as a person. We are definitely not where we were a few years back. So also you need, another challenge is you also need to keep challenging yourself and not become stagnant.
But how about celebrating yourself, celebrating the achievements that you've made so far?
What I also want to say is we shouldn't hinder ourselves. Often we are scared to share our successes, we are scared to share our growth, but I feel you should not do something because you seek praise from other people.
Yes.
Learn to pat yourself on the back and be like, you know what, I actually did a good job. Like during the pandemic, there's a lot of stuff we could not do. We could not do market. We had to do all sales from home, from the phone. But then when things eased up a bit, we met up. We had a little celebration. We never really had what's it called? We never really did anything before for the brand. But now we got to meet up, have a lunch, discuss, network. Yes. Also networking. No man is an island. Other people have good ideas. You meet people who can also share stuff with you. So that was sort of celebratory. Went out for lunch with friends and family. In honor of the brand and our clients, friends and family who had purchased stuff from the brand, wore our outfits to that occasion.
Wonderful. I love that. I love that. So, as you're doing your business, yes, it's passion for you, but like you said earlier, there's a lot of work that you put into it in and amongst all of that excitement and the passion in it. With all the work and the challenges as well, how are you looking after yourself?
With me, I make sure I rest when I need to. I'm someone who believes you don't need to push an all-nighter if you're tired. Rest, rejuvenate, and continue. Also, take time out to go out with friends and family on the weekends. You know, it's good to also reward yourself. Take time out, breathe, but just do things within your means. Even if it's just planning a picnic. You know, that's me. Talk to family. You know, talk about the challenges. Like talk to friends, family. Oh, do you believe I went through this with the client? Oh, I'm going through this. It helps instead of just bottling stuff. None is perfect. No business is perfect. And also, you learn from your mistakes. You learn how to deal with people. You know, and when you learn how to deal with people, it makes you better for the next set of clients, next people, even yourself. So yeah, I take care of myself. I take time out. I vent, and when I need
Very
to
important,
rest,
yeah.
when I need to rest, I rest. Because what then happens is when you're an entrepreneur, you don't give yourself holiday time. You're just thinking, let me do this. But
True.
a few months ago, we went home on vacation, and that was me time. The business sometimes has to wait. You need to take care of you, so you can actually have a business to come back to. You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Wow. I'm inspired, and I hope that you are all inspired out there as well by Tenji's story. Now, Tenji, if there's one thing you would like to share, well, not share, but one tip you would like to give people out there who are thinking of taking that step, that first step towards something new. It could be anything for you. It could look however way you want it to look out there. It could be a business, it could be a relationship, it could be a new career, whatever it may be. As somebody who has taken a step to start something new, the one tip you would give to them, what would that be?
What I would say is if it's legal, go for it. If it's legal, do it. If it's giving you sleepless nights, start. At the end of the day, you lose nothing. And also when you procrastinate and think, oh, by the time I finish this, let's just say, for example, you want to do a dressmaking course and you're thinking, oh, by the time I'm done with this course, let's say at 30, and you're thinking, by the time I'm done with this course, I'll be 33. Guess what? In 3 years' time, you're still going to be 33.
Yeah.
So use that time, and if you have spare time outside your job or whatever, do something you like. You never know, be it it's painting, drawing, doing hair, it's fashion. Also collaborate, talk to people who have been through where you want to be.
That's a good one.
You know, don't have too much pride. I know you said one thing, but I think I've said
No, we appreciate every single tip. One is
so
the
yeah,
minimum.
don't have pride. Ask, network. No, yeah.
Wow, those
Just
are
do
some
it.
really wise words, and I definitely am going to take a few things out of this as conversation as well. And thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your story with us. I, for one, am very inspired, and I'm really hoping that you're all inspired out there. The one thing I will say to you is, I have a favorite quote. One of my favorite quotes actually is that the only impossible journey is the one that you never begin. So start somewhere, like Tenji just said. Start somewhere. Don't be afraid to start. I know for me personally, the journey started with discovering myself and knowing truly who I am, knowing what I am passionate about, knowing what brings me life, like brings me to life. You know, those things you talk about and you come alive. You know, when you share something, just like as Tenji was sharing her story, you could see the life in her, that it's something that is coming from deep within her. It's not something that she's been asked to do by somebody else or something that she's copied from somebody else. Yes, it may have common features and look similar to some businesses that people are doing out there, but there is a specific uniqueness within her business that is Tenji. So start somewhere. Be inspired. Thank you again for joining us today. See you next week. Bye.